This is Angela Natividad with the MIP blog, and I'm here with Robert Tercek of General Creativity USA. And I know that you gave a talk on the 10 things that are going to change TV. So why don't you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure, I'll talk about that. You know, I've been coming here to Cannes, to MIP TV, for more than 10 years. Because if you want to find out what's happening in television, this is a great place to do it, because every producer in the world and every TV network in the world is here, and they're buying and selling shows, and so there's a lot of intensity and focus around what's happening in TV. And for more than 10 years, I've been hearing about technology companies saying, we've got a new thing that's going to change everything, change it forever. But that hasn't happened yet, so TV's been incredibly resilient, which I think is an interesting thing. It's in a time when the web has really transformed other businesses. It's kind of cored out the music business. The music business is about the quarter of a size that it was back in 2000. The print businesses, magazines and newspapers, they've descended to relatively small size. They've gone down about 20% of the size they were 10 years ago. And of course, the book business is changing, but somehow television continues to do fantastically well. And this year, TV will make more money than ever before. More people are watching more hours than ever. And yet, we see all these new services coming, over-the-top video services like Netflix and Amazon's Prime Video service. There's all kinds of disruptive video things happening, second screen or double screen viewing, time shifting, and now time shifting plus place shifting, which is a kind of, I guess you would call it cloud video. So all these changes are happening. I think what's going on right now is that the basic ecosystem of television is starting to change. And the changes are happening all the way around the periphery of the TV business. So that means you can't identify just one change. It's kind of like all the pieces of the puzzle have to change simultaneously. That hasn't happened in a big enough way to totally transform television yet. But I think that that's coming. It might take 10 years or more for it to happen. But what we know is that TV in the future is going to be really different. It won't be about one-to-many broadcasting where the audience just sits on their butts on a couch and watches. People have demonstrated they want to engage, they want to participate, they want to talk back, and mostly what they want is meaningful interaction in the shows that they really, really enjoy. And they want to get validated, which means they want to be noticed for that, either from other people who are watching or, better, from the producers and the talent that make the show. Now, this week here in Cannes, I've been talking to all kinds of cool companies. I did an interview with the founders of Maker Studio. This is a super hot startup company based in LA, and they're basically creating YouTube stars, for want of a better term. That's the business they're in. They're kind of like the United Artists of YouTube. So they find the YouTube stars or people who have that potential, and they groom them and they teach them how to become a star. It's not just about producing for them. What's key is that you have to learn how to communicate with the audience. You have to learn how to really engage with the audience. And so they said actually people spend more time engaging than they do spend creating content. I think that's a really important takeaway for anybody that wants to be successful on the web. So that was quite cool. Another neat company that I talked to this week is Machinima. Machinima is also based in LA, and I invited them to come here and do a talk with me on stage. Now, Machinima has incredible reach on YouTube. You probably have heard that Vivo is #1 on YouTube, and of course they are. They do great. That's the music channel, and really they're not dealing with original content. Those are music videos. So in a way, Vivo is kind of like a modern incarnation of MTV. Machinima is different. Machinima is about games, principally, and then ultimately it's about anything that appeals to a young man, so it starts with games and grows and expands from there. But what's cool is that they didn't just show game trailers, which they could have done. That would have been quite easy, but that's actually been tried by a lot of companies and hasn't proven to be that successful. Instead, what they've done is they allowed people to mash up the videos from the games, and ultimately people were using their Xbox or their PlayStation 3 to use the game to kind of create new animation sequences, and then they would put voices on top. So you didn't have to be an animator. You didn't need the skills. All you really need to know how to do is how to manipulate, an Xbox, and then drop in a voice and maybe a rock and roll track on top, and people were creating clips. That's the original kind of content that was on Machinima. Well, they've evolved a lot in the last 5 years, so now they're making multi-million-dollar budget TV series for the web, original series for the web, and they've got great sponsorship and partnerships with companies like Warner Brothers. So it's become a really serious company with incredible reach. The numbers on Machinima are posted on their website. But right now, they're reaching something on the order of 150 million unique visitors a month. They're serving up more than 1 billion video views a month, about 1.4 billion video views. And last year, I think they served more than 11 billion videos in 2011. These are giant numbers. These are numbers that even television companies need to pay attention to, because I don't know of a TV company that's doing anything close to those kinds of numbers on the web. So those are two examples of companies here who have kind of cracked the code on what the future of video might be, and it might not look much like the TV that we're so used to seeing. But I think what you're going to end up seeing is really engaging experiences with talent that really want to talk back to you. They want to hear from you. They want to engage. So that's a really different experience from what we get on television today.
Thank you so much, Robert.